I'm Rick Weber. I'm the emergency manager for Ascension Parish, Louisiana. At 2 o'clock today, members of the parish administration, local government, and some of the council met to discuss some of the critical issues that happened over the last 72 hours, and then what can we predict for the flooding event that's going to transpire over the next 72 hours. In a little while, I want to bring Meredith Conger, my planning section chief up, and she's going to give you some critical information that you need to know to make sure that your family is safe and that you can protect yourself, or whether the predictions from the National Weather Service, where all the sandbag locations are, and then some critical information that we're going to need in order to bring FEMA assistance in here to establish a disaster recovery center and bring FEMA assistance to the residents of our parish. So I'll be followed by Meredith Conger, planning section chief for the Ascension Parish Office of Homeland Security. Meredith.
My name is Meredith Conger. I'm Planning and Intelligence Section Chief at the Office of Ascension Parish Homeland Security. After coordinating with the National Weather Service today, forecasters are confident in the projections for the waterways around Ascension Parish. It is expected that by Monday, March 14th, around 1 p.m., the Amite River at Bayou Manchac is expected to crest at 17 feet. The flood stage for this waterway begins at 9 feet. This means that you can expect many roads along Bayou Manchac at the Amite River to become impassable. The backwater flooding in these areas will cause many riverfront properties to become inaccessible. We cannot rule out the possibility of major roads becoming impassable, and the threat to water intrusions into homes is very likely with this event. On Tuesday, March 15th, around 7 a.m., the Amite River at Port Vincent is expected to crest at 13 feet. The flood stage for this particular waterway begins at 8 feet. This means that you can expect flooding to occur in low-lying areas. You can also expect many streets in the Port Vincent area to flood, and the swampland around these areas will likely be inundated. Please know that any low-lying areas along either of these waterways will be at a high risk for flooding. If your home or business has flooded before, you should prepare to be affected by this event. We expect several impact areas to include Alligator Bayou and the surrounding areas, Bluff Swamp, Spanish Lake, low-lying areas along Bayou Manchac and the Amite River, Muddy Creek Basin, including bridges crossing these waterways, Lake Velar, Summerfield, Lake Martin, Highway 431, and Gold Place Road will also be affected. In Sorrento, areas south of LA 22, including low-lying areas along Bayou Conway, the Panama Canal, Raymond Touye Road, and Brittany Street will experience significant impact with this event. As Rick mentioned, leaders and the department heads of Ascension Parish government met today in order to discuss the events occurring over the last 72 hours and those that are expected to affect us into next week. Damage assessment teams are deploying around the parish to assess damage that was incurred over the last 72 hours in Ascension. This process is critical to bringing FEMA public assistance to the parish to help our residents. We encourage residents to notify us of damages to your homes or businesses by using the following resources. 1, you can email detailed information including your address, contact information, and photos to flood@apgov.us to help us document these damages. You can also call our Emergency Operations Center at 225-621-8360. We can really not stress enough to residents the importance of preparing for the expected floodwaters next week. Sandbags are being made available to residents at several locations that I will list for you shortly. Please be prepared to bring your own shovel and to bag your own sand. Very few pre-filled sandbags will be available at these locations. However, sand and bags will be delivered to these locations around the clock. Our DPW and drainage departments, along with trustees from our parish prison, are working diligently around the clock to provide sandbagging operations. The available locations are as follows. The Santa Maria Fire Department, LA 431 at Valentine Road, Ridge Road at Kleinpeter, the City of Gonzales Barn, Sorrento Town Hall, and the end of Touye Road in Sorrento. Should the locations of available sand change, we will send another message to the public with the updated locations. Please remember to follow Ascension Parish Homeland Security on Facebook and Twitter. We are working around the clock to post updated information related to this event. You can also call our community information line at 1-866-380-2303, where we will continuously record information for our residents. Thank you.